a route can be thought of as a page that you are viewing. So by default, in your interface, you're likely going to have one route called home. And each route has the properties of a title, so you can give it a name. This one's called home. A URL, which is basically how you can actually access that route. So the home page is usually just a /, which means when to get to it, if you were building a website or an app, it'd basically be your website.com /, just the index page. And then each route also has a route ID. Now the reason to have a route ID is that you might want to change the name of this route later on, but you can keep the route ID the same. It also means that you can change the path or the URL of where you want it to be located, but links across your interface, if they link to the route ID, then it means that those links won't get broken if you move the path or change the title or change things like that. To access the routes in your interface, the easiest way is to, up here in the top left hand corner, this is what's called the route selector. You can click this and expand it, and you can see the current route that you're on and a full list of all of the routes. As we just said, I only have one route here, but if I want to create a new route, I can click this new button and either add a new folder or a new route. For now, I'm just going to create a new route. And for this one, I'm going to call this About Us. So you can see as I type in the title, it's going to auto-generate a route ID for me, but I can change that if I want, and a URL path. So the About Us page is going to be available at www.website.com /about-us. Now, if I don't want the dash here, I can just get rid of it and say I want it to be just /about. And I click confirm. And what that will do is it will take me to the route. You can see that we're now on the About Us route at /about, and I can see my home route and my About Us route here. Now, if I click home, I can go back to my homepage. If I click about, there's no content on here, and you can see I can switch between those routes just like that. Now on the About Us route, I'm going to add a let's see here, some basic text. I'm just gonna drag it over here, and you can see that I can put it in either the header, the body, or the footer of this route. Now if I put the text here in the body, I can write some content about us. This is the About Us page, and you can see that if I switch back to the home page, we'll see the home page content, and if I switch back to the About Us page, we'll now see the About Us content. Now, in addition to this, you might have noticed that when I was dragging the block over onto the screen, there was the option for me to put it in the header or the footer. So I can put this, I'll put a block in the header, and I'll put another block in the footer. And we'll just update this so it's really obvious. This is in the header. Get rid of that text. And this is in the footer. Get rid of that text. Now you can see our route is made up of a header, the body, and the footer. And this is also illustrated if I click over here into our blocks panel. You can see the header section up here, the About Us section, and the footer section. Now we can add more blocks and fill out our page, but just to illustrate how this works is if I click back to the home page, you'll see that the header and the footer are still there, but the body inside has changed. So you can see we've got like this this content inside the home page. We've got that basic text there, and if you switch back to About Us, you'll see that the content in the center here will change as well. That's because the header and the footer are consistent across all routes, but the content inside obviously changes depending on the route that you're on. We can also go to our settings over here, and we can change the settings for this route just like we could from the route selector. But we could also say that we want to turn off the header and the footer for this page, which means that if we go back to the home page, you'll see that we've got a header and a footer and the body here. And if we were to create a new route as well and call this maybe the Contact Us page, and we'll just make that /contact, we can put some maybe we'll stick a form or something in here for the Contact Us page, and we'll just do a really simple form. Yep, cool. Now if we go to the home page, you can see we've got the header and the footer and the content. If we go to the Contact Us page, we've got the header and the content and the footer. But if we go to the About Us page, the About Us page will just see the content there.